Hey folks, I'm going to try out that RV washer dryer that I purchased a couple of months ago off of Craigslist. So why don't you hang out with me and see if that thing is functional. Hello, welcome back to Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. I'm your host, Jerry Hanson. A couple of months ago, I took my son and we went over to the next community and purchased a stackable washer dryer that fits in an RV, and it just so happens it's identical to the set I have in my other RV. So I bought this set primarily for my son. So here it is, and it is identical. So I was going to test them out to see if they work. And since I suspect these have lower mileage on them than the other set, I'm going to swap them out and then give him the other set, because this one has the water level switch to it where the other one it's broke off. And so I'm going to plug them in, hook them up to the water, and run them through the cycles and see how they work. So why don't we get this started? Okay, first of all, no homestead should be without one of these hand trucks. It's a handy tool to have. Okay, we'll dry the dryer first. Oh. Plug it in. Make sure nothing's inside, okay. And then we'll it works. So far it works. See if there's any hot air coming out. Not the hottest of air. Put it on permanent press and turn it on. Okay, there's warm air coming out, so that works. Now I think I spent just under $200 for this set, which is great because these RV sets aren't cheap. And this sounds really good. In fact, I think it sounds better than the dryer that's in the fifth wheel now. So I might just swap them out with the washer. So let's get the washer hooked up and see if that functions. Now the washer's a little bit heavier than a dryer. Nope, don't want to do it that way. That's how I broke the knob off the other one. Okay. Let's see if it has any treasures in here. Aha! That's what I need. It's dirty inside. Okay, for the sake of testing it, I'm going to hook the hoses up. And this hose. And since I only have cold water, I'm running it through the garden hose. I'm going to go ahead and plug it into this T. Okay, screw the T on. Make sure both valves are open. Okay. All right. We got to plug it in and then turn the hose on. Okay, let's try it out. Low water. Let's do warm cold. And let's do light soil. And let's toss that in. More laundry? Yeah. We're going to go ahead and follow it through one full cycle. I put some other laundry in there and put the settings on low as far as the water level, but I didn't put any detergent in there because this goes out onto the ground. It's just basic water. So let's follow this, continue following this through the cycle. And the primary reason why I want to let this go through the cycle is I want to make sure, number one, is that this switch is advancing normally. Because that's what the problem was when I bought the fifth wheel on the other washer, is it wasn't advancing and I had to replace this whole mechanism. So I'm so far really happy with my purchase. I saved a lot of money. It appears this knob is not working. It was the same problem that I had in the original washing machine, because it's not advancing. It was sitting out in a shed for I don't know how long, exposed to the elements. So maybe the circuitry is a little corroded inside there. Well, that's a bummer. It's been sitting on this one for quite a while. The agitation cycle, we'll let it sit there for a couple more minutes and see if it advances. I may have to just go ahead and order another assembly there. That way it'd be good for several more years. Well, that's making a little noise when I auto advanced it. Yeah, now it's just drawing all the water out of there. That's too bad that that switch is malfunctioning. Hopefully I can fix it. Okay, it just advanced to another stage by itself. Yeah, that's this component right here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take that out of there. Let me empty the stuff, spin the stuff out, and we'll disassemble it. Okay, I'm gonna take you step by step through this and how to take that out of there. I'm gonna take these knobs off first, so make sure this is pressed in. It has an out, which is activates it, and an on. I unplugged the machine, so now we're just gonna twist that knob off and pull this knob out. And with a flathead screwdriver, remove these two screws. Then reach in and pull this thing out, and then remove the wiring harness. It just clips right on in there. And then pull these two leads off. And this is your unit. Two wires there, and then the wiring harness there. And this is the motor. I'm afraid the motor isn't advancing. So there's my part number for that timer. Let's go look on the computer and see what a new one of these costs. Yeah, we'll just take this inside and match up the numbers. Okay, I found it on eBay for $45 with free shipping. How about that? So I'll go ahead and set this aside and wait for that part to come in, and then we'll reassemble this, test it, and then I'll get it installed into the big fifth wheel. I may install it in the big fifth wheel anyway, whether it's fixed or not. After my screws, I don't want to lose them. And the knob. Yeah, I'll have to save my knobs. Well, I'm going to go ahead and conclude this. I'll call it part one of the, I'll just disattach it here. Just call it part one of the troubleshooting of the new washer and dryer I got from Craigslist. Stay tuned for part two, which will be receiving that new part once I have it in inventory, and reassembling this and get this installed into the other fifth wheel. Yeah, I'm your host, Jerry Hanson. This is Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. I want to thank you guys for showing up and sharing this little bit of adventure with me and having me Is that the neighbor coming over with his tractor? Well, that'd be cool if it was. Anyway. Oh. We'll go ahead and swap out the dryer also at that time, and make sure everything is hunky-dory fine. I am expecting some out-of-state guests coming over, about towards the end of May. So I want to get this thing fully functional so they have all the conveniences and they can do their laundry if they need laundry to do. And I still gotta switch out the gas regulator because that went belly up too. I'm not getting enough gas pressure to the rest of the coach. So it's an old coach, things happen, just gotta spend some money on it for the upkeep, but it makes a great guest house. We'll see you guys in the next show. Hey, it is my neighbor showing up with a tractor. That's great, stay tuned.